How's it going, guys? Nordy back, bringing you some more StarCraft2 ladder matches for you today. Continuing on my road from Silver to hopefully Master someday. So, the ladder lock is tonight. Actually, it's in about a minute right now. As at the time of this recording, the ladders will lock. So I tried real hard to make it to Diamond this tonight, but it just didn't happen. I got within like 2 matches at one point, 2 wins, but just could not do it. I'd win 3 and then I'd lose 1, win 1, lose 1, win 1 for a while, and then I'd win 3 more, and then I don't know, it just went back and forth like that for a while. Just wasn't able to do it in time. I ended up landing in 73-31 MMR, so I'm about 3 games back right now. So not enough time, and the ladder's probably just locked. I'm pretty sure they lock around 12 o'clock PST, which would be 2 o'clock my time. So looks like we're not getting Diamond this season, so that kind of sucks. But we'll just pick it up next season. So not too worried about it, I guess. But figured I'd show you guys some replays from tonight. So the first one, we got a PvT between myself and Saphir Adu. I don't know. Saphir Dude, it's a PvT on Abyssal Reef LE. So let's jump right into that show. And Saphir here is a Diamond player, so Diamond matches are always interesting. Alright, so PvT, as usual, I'm going to go for the 1 gate expand, just 14 pylon, 15 gate, 17 gas, and then expand at 20 supply. And then go for like a adept heavy army composition. Lots of adepts and maybe a colossus or 2 here or there. Just kind of depends on what I'm feeling for the match. But adepts are the mainstay in the army, so bring that probe over, build the gate, and then I immediately send him out to scout, go see what my opponent's up to, make sure he's not doing anything crazy on me. Make sure he's not doing some sort of like cyclone rush or something cheesy like that. I got cyclone rush once today. It kind of got me a little tilted, but because that was one of the matches I was within 2 games. And the dude cyclone rushed me, and I was like, oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. Just lost to a cheese when I was 2 games away from Diamond. But hey, it is what it is. So probe coming up. Don't see the expansion just yet, but that's really not too big a deal. Terran usually takes slightly later expansion than Protoss do. So coming up, he doesn't have a wall off up yet, so I know he's not doing. He doesn't have a wall off, and he's only got 1 gas, so I know he's probably not doing anything too crazy. He's probably going for some sort of standard build. I still don't yet know if he's going for a bio heavy army or if he's going for a mech heavy army, but I know he's doing some sort of standard build. So that's why it's important to scout. Throwing down the cyber core, you can see here my second's going up as well. Getting that 2nd gas. Already got 3 in the first gas that I got there. He's just kind of chasing around my scouting probe a little bit. I'm just kind of like making it follow my probe around. Eventually, I'm going to swing my probe back around and bring it back in to do a little bit more scouting. 2nd gas is up, so I'll start transferring probes into that. Got my Cybernex core almost done, so once that's done, I'll start chronoing out an adept, start getting a warp gate, and then I'll also start my mothership core here in a minute to defend against this Reaper that is barreling across the map, looking to get some damage on my probes. Hopefully he doesn't get anything done. You really want to chrono out this adept, otherwise the adept won't be there in time to defend against this Reaper here, so that's why I like to chrono it out. He comes up, he sees my second's almost done, so he probably knows I'm not doing anything cheesy. In the back, he's building up his 2nd command center as well on the high ground. I'm sending my adept down to this mineral line here to protect these probes, because my mothership core is already in my main mineral line to protect them. So just make sure my adept is down here. I ward off the Reaper. I don't get the kill on the Reaper at this match, but at least I warded it off, so that's good. Getting a 2nd gateway up, and I'm also getting my Twilight Council so I can start the Depth Glaives upgrade. Since I'm going for a adept-heavy army comp. Starting to rally my probes from my mains nexus down to the natural there, so it can fill up just a little bit faster. Throwing out a third gateway as well. All the while, I'm just making sure I build 2 probes at all times, trying to make sure I don't get supply blocked, but let's be honest, I always get supply blocked, so I need to work on not getting supply blocked at all. Chronoing out warp gate so it gets done just a little bit quicker. Gonna pylon up in the back of my mineral line, so I got that, that triangle pylon coverage just in case he tries any drops or anything like that. Throwing in my robotics facility so I can get a observer out to go scout to see if he's going for a bio-heavy army or if he's going for a mech-heavy army. Warp gate's done, so I'm changing these into warps, or to warp gates. I'm gonna start warping in some adepts. Throwing down a couple more gateways there. Get my 3rd and 4th gas here. So I really need a good gas income because, Protoss units are pretty heavy on gas. Oh, I was about to say, it looks like I forgot to turn this one into warp gate. But just as I was about to say that, I must have noticed it in game. I'm warping in these stalkers here to defend against any drops that come in because, if they're doing, like a marine drop, marine marauder drop, or like a marine tank drop, or a widow mine drop, it'll be coming around the 4:30 to 5-minute mark. So you want to get some stalkers out in your naturals middle line to defend against that, and then you should have your mothership core in your main to photon overcharge just in case he drops the main. So I'm gonna bring this probe over here because I want to expand again. I'm gonna get a 3rd up. I usually expand around anywhere from 5 to 6 minutes, just kind of depending on how the match went from there. If he's dropping me a bunch, then maybe I won't expand until 6 minutes. But if he's left me alone up until this point, then I'll usually expand by 5 minutes. Sending my observer across the map, gonna check him out, see what he's up to. Looks like he is going for a bio-heavy army, so my adepts will do pretty well against that. Gonna get some sentries in to start getting some energy on those bad boys. 3rd's going up. This is something I haven't really talked about, but hotkeys. It's really important to hotkey your not only your units but also your buildings. These are just the hotkey layout that I like to use. 1 is usually my main army. 2 will be for, if I have any spellcasters like disruptors or a high Templar, I'll put them on 2. But I try to stay away from those units because they require a little bit more APM. So I don't like to use those ones because I want to keep my APM down. Looks like he's pushing out here, and I saw that with my observer, so that's another reason why you want to send the observer over there to scout. But then 3, I put my mothership core on. 4, usually all my nexus, and then 5, I'll put my my robotics facility. And then you don't actually need to hotkey your warp gates. You can just click W. There's already a hotkey for those, so you can just select all your warp gates with W. So you don't have to hotkey those. And then 6 will usually be like a starport if I get it. So he's coming around here. He's going to try to snipe my 3rd. I got some adepts here to ward this off. I was a little bit late on the reaction, so my other army is in the back there. My mothership core isn't coming down. I honestly should have my mothership core down here right when I saw his army pulling out of his base, so he managed to snipe my 3rd. But that's never a good thing. That'll hurt me at my economy quite a lot. But you can see in the back here I built a robotics bay, so I'm going to start pumping out some Colossus here in a minute. So Colossus will help deal with this bio-heavy army pretty well because they got pretty good splash damage. You can see here I got charge and adept glaives done. He's only got +1 combat shield and stim. I'm starting my +1 as well for my forge that I got. I'm gonna start pumping out a Colossus here. Trying to reestablish my 3rd. I'm just long distance mining from 3rd. Probably a mistake. I probably should have just made them all mine in here, but hey. It happens, right? In the back, he's got his 3rd up. He's pulling his army back. Honestly, his army really isn't all that big, so I'm not too worried about any counterattack again or any follow-up attack. I know I'll just be able to throw it back again. Hopefully, this time if he attacks me, I won't lose my 3rd. That's basically my mindset here. Got that warp prism out. I'm sending it across the map to try to get some counter damage done on his 3rd. Try to damage his mineral line, or his mineral income production. Whatever, I can't talk. Colossus is done, again, with that sick Tal'Darim skin. I really love the look of this Colossus. Since my Colossus is done, I'm pushing my main army across the map. My observer's coming around as well. I'm going to warp in some stalkers right before my main army gets there, again, just to do some quick mineral damage to him. Third is reestablished, so I'm starting to mine off that again. +1 is almost done. I also got another Colossus on the way. You can see here I charged into his third's mineral line there and took out all those mules he had. So he responded by bringing his army. But again, his army is pretty weak at this point. I mean, look at my army. And I have a pretty convincing supply lead on him. I have more probes than he does, so I'm pretty much, even though he sniped my third, I'm far ahead of him in every way in this matchup. So taking out that turret, because turrets can actually hit the Colossus. I don't want that to happen. Comes in and attacks. I activate Guardian Shield to reduce his range damage there, and he's forced to pull back. Try to warp in some more depths in the back because I got my Warp Prism up here in the forward position. I kind of mismicroed here and I pulled all my army back, but it really wasn't too big of a deal. I mean, his army is pretty much, it's pretty minimal at this point, so I know it's just a matter of time for him. Just kind of slowly pushing in, and there he GG's, so pretty interesting match. I went for the Colossus. I'm starting to go Colossus a lot more in my PvT matches. I find that they work pretty well. So I think I'm going to start going Colossus in most of my PvT matches from now on. So also still the Adept head build, but I'm also going to be going for Colossus a lot more than I used to, because I found they are quite good. But yeah, that was a good match. Let's look at the APM. So I had 88 and he had 128. So yeah, it's significantly more than me, and I still managed to beat him. So again, APM not making too much of a difference here. And he was a diamond player, so good to know I can still beat diamonds, even though I didn't get it. I'm a little bit salty about not getting diamond. I tried so hard. I started laddering at like, I don't know, like 8. I thought I'd get it because I had, what did I have? I had 4 hours to get it, but man, it was rough tonight. But that's alright. I'll just get it next week when the ladders open up again. Since let's look at the well, I'll do a different video. I was gonna say let's look at the maps for next season, because Blizzard released the maps, but I'll make a separate video for that, so it's not a mess. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, if you wanted to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that. If you want to check out my other videos, I got videos for all the different matchups, PvP, PvT, and PvZ. If you want to check those out, go ahead and check those out. I greatly appreciate that. I got a couple build order guides as well, so, got a little bit of everything. Yeah, hope you guys have a good night. Hope you guys enjoyed this match. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Semper Fi, guys, and Nordy out.